Hi, my name is DJ Ayna, and this is my music stash. Well, it started about maybe 2001, 2002, and I used to be quite in the club scene, I think, in New Zealand, and I got to a point where I was like, I don't like what people are playing. I want to play what I want to play, and because it's full of DJs in Wellington, I just kind of bought some decks, begged Daddy to buy me some decks. But there was an element of purpose. Like I felt like I needed purpose and to do something beyond just partying. So I guess in a way, like music was, I guess, a key role in my mental health, like just to sort of balance myself out a bit, if that makes sense. Well, I think since I moved to Melbourne, I once I made the transition to Serato, I think I just opened up my world to other types of music. Before that, I was just like very fiercely into hip hop, and I was quite staunch about it. And looking back, a bit of a snob, you know. But I got into soul, I got into funk, I got into R&B because of I had to, and reggae, dancehall, disco, new disco, a little bit of house, just yeah, a bit everything. So I guess now I'm pretty versatile as a DJ. I think asking if it is a good question. It's not organized at all. I've tried so many times. However, I keep coming up with new strategies that fail. So my vinyl collection consists of pretty much only hip hop, maybe a little bit of funk and soul, but just it's just mainly hip hop. Few bangers and quite a lot of underground hip hop. Needless to say, that doesn't get that much play in this day and age, but the rest of my stuff is a mix of everything, really. Yeah, these are a couple more I found. Slum Village, Tainted, um, Gangsta, as always, and Def Squad, Redman, Keith Murray, and Eric Sermon, The Game, featuring Biz Markie. I Shazam tracks. I don't know if I should be saying that out loud and telling people, but sometimes I Shazam tracks, but sometimes I don't look at them again. So I go on DJ pools. Um, I find out what the new club tracks are, but then I end up going down into what I really like. So it's DJ pools a lot. I think SoundCloud, mixes sometimes. Yeah, it's getting harder to find good music, I think. Speaking of albums, I really like Lyrics Born, and they were amazing live as well. There's a track that's not on this album called I Like It, I Love It, and that was a phenomenal track. Really like Cardinal Official, not this track particularly, but yeah, Sick is a sick track. There's been a lot of money spent on vinyl, a lot of money spent on vinyl, but in recent times, probably on a trip to Japan. My trip to Japan was amazing, and I think the digging there was just next level. Like it lives up to its reputation. I found tracks that I'd been looking for years. So it really brought back that love, the memories of when you start out and you're like digging and like the tracks, the vinyl, the records. Like it just brought all of that back for me. Whereas like the last few years have been quite digital, so it brought back the passion, I'd say. Yeah. I found a track by Bahamidia. I don't know if you know her. She's a female rapper, and I'm a real beats girl, so strong hard beat, strong hard verse. I was so stoked to find that, and I found a track by the Nextman that I'd wanted for a while. I found a whole bunch of stuff, and we can find it and go through it if you like, because it was exciting. This is the one I found in Japan, the Bahamidia track. I think yes, it was. Or was it? Following Goals, great tune, amazing tune. Her verse is so good. Okay, so once in a while I'll get a track that the crowd and I can agree on, and I think one of those is Anderson Paak R&P. I think, do you know that one? Another one is Megan Thee Stallion, Captain Hook. I absolutely love that. The crowd's really into like the young people. They're really into the Doja Cat, and I kind of like gotta say I like some of her stuff. I like her rapping. The one that comes to mind is Rules. Maybe not a dance floor track, but her verses are sick, so if she can rap, I'm happy. Well, the last one that's kind of an important track is actually off the Moment of Truth album by Gangsta. Um, the Rep Grows Bigger. I just really like that track. And I think I impressed my husband when I quoted that as being my favorite track. I think that sealed the deal for me. And him, I think. It's actually signed by Gangsta, by Big Sugar and Guru. And it's actually not my record, but it's mine now, you know. It doesn't really say his name on it, so it's my record now. Yeah. The artists or releases that changed me. I guess my journey has been long. I think I started off listening to like Salt and Pepper and TLC when I was young. I was about 12. I think they were for me at the time kind of like role models, just empowered females of that generation, you know. And I really liked some of the lyrics that Salt and Pepper. I like what they stood for, you know, like not caring about what other people think, and being empowered to do your own thing without criticism or that kind of thing. As I grew up, I listened to Gangstar a lot. I really was into Slum Village. I'm still into Slum Village. The beat nuts were my go-to party tunes that really revved me up. I used to like. I liked sort of a lot of the hardcore beats, and I think that just brings out, I don't know, it brings out something in me. Angry Ayna, maybe. I think in terms of the male artists, I was really into the DJ Honda track on the mic. That was one of my favorite tracks. I never listened to albums so much. I think my too short an attention span. I would get it for like that one track and then jump to another album, another track. I didn't really listen to albums back to front so much, but I did listen to the Lost Boys album quite a bit, and I listened to Lauryn Hill's album quite a bit. She was actually quite inspirational for me when I was about 16, yeah. This was the one I mentioned earlier, DJ Honda, on the mic. This is sick. Which you can listen to in your own time. No. What else? What else is there? KRS-One, Bumpy Knuckles. I was really into Bumpy Knuckles. The Law. Hardcore beat. Loved it. A lot of DJ Premier beats. I think that's probably the underlying, the common denominator, you know? Well, there was one time, I was about 16 and I had a party, and my entire CD collection got stolen by this guy. And I was so upset, I was so angry, and I don't condone violence in any way. But I actually kind of stalked him and spoke to his dad. I was like calling his house all the time, tracked him down, got my friends to teach me how to punch, and then I tracked him down, put a really big ring, and punched him in the face, like in his eye. I mean, you just don't mess with a girl's music, man. So what does music mean to me? It means everything. It means, yeah, it means the world. Like, it just is such a core part of who I am that I don't know what to do with myself without it. Lockdown was an example where I was just feeling lost because I didn't have gigs to go to. And playing at home wasn't the same thing, but I noticed like a therapeutic benefit from it when I did do it, you know? I think that I would like to like work with children or work with adolescents maybe, and use music as a tool to empower them. I guess I want to work with young girls, or I want to work with young kids or adolescents, neurodivergent adolescents, and I want to incorporate music into my counseling practice, which I'm opening up soon. Just like sort of like a group workshop. It'll give them some kind of sense of belonging and empower them in learning skills and that kind of thing. And also it'll be an ode to my late maid of honor, who actually got me into DJing in the first place, and who, I guess, my last meeting with her really set the stage for a change in my life. So yeah, it has meaning for me.